Kevin Durant getting set for the second game of our doubleheader. He's short a couple of teammates tonight. No Devin Booker in this one, no Bradley Beal. But on the other side, Nikola Jokic is without Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray as well. So it's going to be the battle of KD and Jokic as we welcome you inside our Los Angeles studio. Kendrick Sinead Gumake. I'm Malika Andrews. It was hard fought, but the Boston Celtics, they escape with a win over the shorthanded Celtics. There is an entire starting five that is missing in the ESPN game tonight. So let's look ahead to the second game of our doubleheader here, Perk. When you're looking at KD versus Nikola Jokic, what are you watching most closely, even though they're not necessarily matched up against one another?
Well, with KD, right, you always want to watch if he's going to bring that defensive intensity. Right, and I want to see that KD that was playing alongside Draymond Green when the Warriors used to go small. KD was protecting the basket, rebounding at a high level, and I also want to see KD the facilitator tonight.
Oh, and if we're going to talk about facilitators, you have to start and end with Nikola Jokic because last time out, the Nuggets, they had 37 assists and just 3 turnovers, and then 15 of those assists came from Jokic and 0 turnovers came from him. So watch him pass the ball, especially without Murray.
You still taking the Nuggets tonight?
Look, I might have to swing to the Suns because KD is 17
Let's go,
points away from
KD, trade 5.
15 points away from moving into the top 10 and scoring for Kevin Durant. All right, time to get you to the Valley of the Sun.
Doc Rivers, Ubuntu, brother.
Oh, wow.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And in part by Starbucks. Share the moment.
Check up. Check up. Check up.
It's V-Week on ESPN as we continue Jim Valvano's fight against cancer.
Good evening, everyone. With Doc Rivers, Mike Green on hand, Monica McNutt with us as well. This is a great matchup. Even though Jamal Murray's not playing for the Nuggets and Devin Booker's not playing for the Phoenix Suns, let's start with Denver. Last year, Jokic, he wins the championship, puts up historic numbers in the playoffs. He's a 2-time MVP. He might even be better this year.
Most improved player. Listen, it sounds crazy. It's possible. But what he does whatever the team needs. When you look at his numbers over the last 4 games, they've been dominant. Why? Murray's been out. Murray played in one of those games. Murray comes back. He does less. He does exactly what his team needs him to do.
Meanwhile, for the Phoenix Suns, their big 3 has not materialized yet. Kevin Durant has seen Bradley Beal play just 3 games. Devin Booker's missing his 9th game tonight. Doesn't affect Kevin Durant and his spectacular start to the season.
No, he's going to go down as one of the greatest scorers of all time. Might be shooting 49% from the 3-point line. There's 23 guys in the whole league at guard that is shooting 49%, period. It tells you how great he is.
That number's 2nd in the NBA in 3-point percentage. As we look at our starting lineups, and again, both coaches have adjusted because of that. You look for Denver. Reggie Jackson's in for Murray once again. Justin Holiday playing. Aaron Gordon's going to miss another game. Meanwhile, for Phoenix, Eric Gordon getting his 14th start. He's playing a lot in the starting lineup. And Keita Bates-Diop with his 7th start of the season. And an interesting match. Great shooting to start. Suns up 1.
Now or never, this your moment. Now or never, gotta want it. Right now, go shoot, 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 shoot. B-roll like a film, trying to reach the goal.
The NBA in-season tournament, semifinals on ESPN, and the championship game on ABC.
Conference crowns and playoff hopes on the line.
It's about this moment right here. The stakes are enormous.
Championship Saturday on ABC.
Well, we're back in Phoenix and the Suns are down 3, but it is not because of Kevin Durant. Every shot is a tough shot. Tough 3, tough 2. That was an and 1. Kevin Durant is going to go down, Mike, as one of the greatest scorers to ever play the game. And he never gets an easy one, yet he keeps making them.
I'm Malika Andrews. Let's take a look at this assist of the game brought to you by State Farm. The Magic hosting the Wizards in this one. Paolo Banchero, he finds Franz Wagner, who stuffs it home. Banchero and Wagner combined for 59 points on the night. And don't look now, but the Magic have won 9 in a row. Let's get you back to Phoenix.
Up a dozen on the road.
I've never played in the playoffs. In-season tournament games have kind of had that feel.
Pulls and hits KD. Marquez and he scores.
Already 500,000 on the line, so we're going for that. We're going for that.
Continue to shoot at an incredible pace. 77% from the field. He's got 10 assists, 10 of their 21. What offensive execution. Percent from the field, went up by as many as 17. But Durant made some history tonight. Helps Phoenix get back into the game. Got the Toyota halftime report. Historic night. He's now top 10 all time. One of the most magnificent offensive players in the
Trey Murphy III returned from that meniscus injury tonight, and he made his presence known, Shanae.
I mean, 18 points, 4 threes, and that slam. I mean, that was the highlight of the night right there.
Huge dunk there for Trey Murphy.
Angle.
Welcome back, young man. We're glad to have you. Your halftime show coming up in 60 seconds.
Welcome to the Toyota Halftime.
Welcome inside our Los Angeles studio. She's Shanae Gumake. He's Kendrick Perkins. I'm Malika Andrews. Thanks to a 12-3 run, the Phoenix Suns are down just 7 to the shorthanded Denver Nuggets here at halftime. But Perk, it's the accomplishments of Kevin Durant, who had 22 in the first half and also moved into top 10 in all-time scoring with that performance that we were all chatting about it as this game was going on. You played with him. You played against him. What stands out about this accomplishment?
Well, I mean, you knew he was going to be special coming out of Texas, but I didn't know he was going to be this efficient and this elite on the offensive end. When you talk about the complete package, it's nothing that he can't do. You want the pull-up 3, he got that. You want the handles, turnarounds over both shoulders, he got that. Driving to the basket, finishing with the right or left hand in traffic, midi, he got that. He got everything. Again, I'm going to repeat, Kevin Durant is the best scorer to ever touch the damn basketball.
And to expand on that, being 7 feet tall, being able to knock down the 3, hit the mid-range, and also attack the rim is really impressive. But I also love the numbers that are symbolic tonight. 22 points on just 1 3. That mid-range game that a lot of people talk about was dying. No, he's kept it alive and well. And even bigger than this, I mean, he's number 35, but he's averaging 31 points per game. Perk, you called him an MVP candidate at the start of the season.
Yeah, sure
He's
did.
playing at an MVP level, so it's rightfully deserved that he enters the top 10. And we all knew he was going to do it in the first half.
Right. And you can see here it's feasible that he could end up eventually moving past Carmelo Anthony here. We had talked about him as someone who could move up potentially even further had he not been sidelined for so long with that Achilles injury. It's really been impressive to see the level that he's come back from that significant injury at. Aside from that, though, let's dive in a little bit more into this game. Perk, you were standing on Phoenix with Denver being shorthanded. How are you feeling about that pick?
Yeah,
You know what? They closed out the half on a nice run. They only down 7. I'm still standing on business with Phoenix. But let me say this. Jokic got 10 assists at halftime, right? Like every time I'm watching the Denver Nuggets play, I forget that they have somebody else. Oh, is that Michael Porter Jr.? And all of a sudden, is that Reggie Jackson? Is that KCP getting the bucket? Like, they have so many weapons and they're so deep that it's hard to stop them. And they just play basketball the right way.
Why are you screaming that at me, Perk? The right way.
Yeah, it's the right way.
Also, I just think that when you think about this Denver Nuggets squad, I mean, no Jamal Murray, to be able to have a team that can still lead, you know, even though the Suns were able to clip into that, to be able to manage and weather those storms and still, like, be comfortable, that's easier said than done.
And Malika, guess what? They're still contending for a title and building for a future at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really interesting to watch sort of Michael Malone put together the pieces of the puzzle, trying to figure out who he's going to play, what his rotation could be without Uncle Jeff here in Denver anymore, without Bruce Brown in Denver anymore. They're getting a chance to sort of do that, explore in real time and still winning games along the way, in large part thanks to Nikola Jokic. In the meantime, though, we were talking about Kevin Durant scoring. How about this?
I asked for it at the beginning of the game. Talk to me nice, KD. Don't talk to me twice.
This halftime is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
We love the game because anything can happen. There's no sure thing. Every play, every shot, every swing is a risk if you bet. There's no easy money, there's no luck, and no one wins all the time. So if you bet responsibly and always set a limit.
Welcome back to the Toyota Halftime.
Nikola Jokic only has 6 points in the first half, but 10 assists, controlling the game all over the floor.
Perk, I'm looking for a dime. That's top of the line. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he don't. Wow! Womp, womp, womp.
Jokic knows it.
NBA Halftime is presented by Toyota. The legendary lineup of Toyota trucks is built to outlast so you can outlive. Toyota, let's go places.
Check up.
All right, check up.
Run.
If you ain't still with me, don't do what I do. Back in the room, but he really the two. Better get in when I heat at your crew. I'm feeling the cleanest through. Yeah, I can't rest without
So they get 70 points with one free throw attempt. And because they had 22 assists to only 4 turnovers, Phoenix shoots 55%. They dropped 17 in that first half. Back in here. With Doc Rivers, Mike Green on hand. We'll check in with Monica McNutt in just a moment. The Denver Nuggets just play such beautiful basketball, and they don't even have their point guard tonight. They've got their point center, but not their point guard.
Well, their point, whatever you want to call Jokic, is just doing everything. But it's contagious, Mike. It's not just him, it's all of them. But when you just watch the different ways that the Nuggets score, and all of it is off of what Jokic does. He drives, they help, he passes the ball. Back cuts, he throws the ball. They just know how to play off of him, and they use him perfectly. He is one of the greatest center passers maybe ever. Him, Bill Walton.
Michael Malone not happy with the defense as Gordon now with 16 points. Phoenix trying to come back again.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Tonight's powerful players are brought to you by Duracell.
Players? Did you just say players?
That was a miserable pronunciation.
I know we're watching Kevin Durant do his thing and going through, but the word players, coming from Mike Breen. Wow.
Well, that's what it says in the. I know I was awful at it. I'll work on it. That's all I can promise you.
It was okay. And then we have this.
So he passes the great Moses Malone. Carmelo Anthony is next. And then Shaquille O'Neal and number 7, Wilt Chamberlain. The Suns, a huge comeback here in the third quarter. Beautiful passing, this time from Phoenix.
The in-season tournament action has gone next level. The knockout rounds are here. Single elimination basketball at its best, starting with an incredible doubleheader. In the East, the Boston Celtics take their formidable attack to Indiana to battle the Pacers. And out west, the Pelicans take flight and head to Sacramento for a clash with the Kings. This is win or go home. Celtics Pacers, Pelicans Kings, Monday on TNT.
He has 9 assists and a couple of beautiful block shots too.
And a 1980s game has broken out with the 2 big men playing post game. Very physical game.
The Suns have come back from 17 down, and Michael Malone wants another timeout.
Bench versus bench right now, Mike, and Grayson Allen is starting to get it going.
Big college football lineup this weekend. The Big 12 championship tomorrow. Oklahoma State, number 7, Texas at noon, followed by the American title game, SMU in Tulane. Then at 8 Eastern, undefeated Florida State against number 14 Louisville for the ACC crown, all 3 on ABC. Then Sunday at noon, the exclusive reveal of the college football playoff semifinals and the rest of New Year's 6 bowls. So a big All right, Monica. He loves to talk about his teammates. Doesn't really want to talk about himself.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Guy with 16 assists. So there's your the final score. Denver 119, Phoenix 111. For Doc Rivers, Monica McNutt, our producer Paul Urban, director Adam Bryant, and our entire crew, Mike Breen, saying thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on ESPN. Good night from Phoenix. Sports Center starts right now.
It's V-Week on ESPN as we continue Jim Valvano's fight against cancer.
This is Sports Center Los Angeles.
The final Pac-12 championship comes down to Oregon and Washington with bragging rights and a likely playoff spot on the line. Plus, Kevin Durant tries to make even more scoring history as the Suns face reigning champion Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets. And number 1 Purdue trying to avoid an upset at Northwestern again, while Kansas finally stops the Huskies' roll on SportsCenter.